altitude game for us today. Welcome to Empower Field at Mile High Stadium in Denver. Today, a pair of rivals from the AFC West. It's the Las Vegas Raiders and the Denver Broncos.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And off we go from Denver. Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. They're led out by someone amidst their second act as an NFL QB. It was a second-rounder back in 2013, Geno Smith.
Not been a whole lot of careers quite like Geno's. The miraculous second act of his career in 2022 is now old news. And I think it's because of a stubbornness, a stick-to-itiveness, and a competitiveness that few have.
Smith on first down. Escapes the pocket. They're taking a shot on this first play. Well, they took their shot immediately. Would have been cool if they connected, but no luck. Second down. All right, partner, testing the perimeter early there. Coverage held up. Could be a tough day for those outside receivers to make an impact.
Okay, partner, testing you here. You've heard me say this a lot. Okay, coordinator's job is to get you man-to-man coverage, and your job is?
To win it. First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. He finds space for a few yards that time. Riley Moss with that tackle.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on third down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Throwing on third, Smith. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete, fourth down coming up. So an 0-2 start to the game for him, Brock, and not surprisingly, his team headed to the sideline after a 3-and-out.
I think it's going to take a few more incompletions before they start to panic, but that's far from the type of start they had planned for in this one.
Secures this at the 17. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. So we'll see the Broncos offense now for the first time. And they're brought out by the 10th pick of the 2024 draft, a national champion at Michigan, J.J. McCarthy.
All J.J. has ever done in his career, no matter where he's been, is win. And there is something to that. I know at times it's hard to measure how much of it was him, how much of it the people around him. Most importantly, just ask his teammates over the years. They love playing with him. That is a characteristic that's important, and I don't think talked about enough, Kate. Do your guys in the huddle want to play for you? Do they believe in you? Everywhere J.J. has been, he's lit up that huddle, and success has followed.
Minute 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I'd like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Again, they'll run with Dobbins. And they haul him down after a gain of a couple. Leaves him in need of 1 more yard here on third down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Third and 2, McCarthy. He's got something complete. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. All right. Now things starting to pick up a little bit after a slow start, Brock. Last things fans want to see is a couple of uninspiring drives to begin a game.
Yep, they get the first and generate just a little excitement that we could see maybe our first touchdown here, or at least avoid another quick punt.
First and 10, it's McCarthy. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So that brings up second down.
I love that. I love that defensively right there. It's about the only thing you could do to the tight ends at this level. You have got to disrupt them. You have got to match their physicality with even more physicality, and it forced an incompletion.
On second down, here's Dobbins. Escapes the defender. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring up. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
First and 10, here's McCarthy. Completed over the middle. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Let's go now. 70 Lions. Go.
Play action, McCarthy. On the move, headed right. He's keeping it. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that first down anyway.
Here's McCarthy on first and 10. This is Sutton working the right side. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Panther 60. Panther 60.
Straight ahead, here's Dobbins. He's going to be held up after gaining 2, so a little shy of that marker. Third down coming up.
It'll be this group's job, watching the film, to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically, and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Ready. Bravo 80. Let's get that touch. Check out.
Third down run by Dobbins. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a first and goal. Love the way they decided to keep the drive moving, Brock, pounding it forward, setting an early tone on this opening drive.
It sure does, both physically and then mentally as well, because you know and I know, successful run often leads to great play-action pass.
Here we go. Sack. Cougar 19.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Escapes out to the left. And he takes it down to the 2, but no touchdown yet. He's out of bounds.
Well, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane. Just a little bit of room, just a little bit of air in the pocket. He found one of those 2, but the defense swarms towards him and denies him the other.
It's the end of the first in this AFC West showdown. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. Time for our second quarter. Let's see if the Broncos can capitalize in the red zone.
Go! 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Dobbins. He runs it across. Touchdown! The Broncos get the game's first points here in the second. J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown. All right, so we're already into the second quarter, Brock, but that was just their opening drive of this football game. Fortunately, they did get a touchdown out of it.
Yep, and if opportunities with the ball are going to be as frequent as they've been to start this game, you got to make each and one of those chances count. In that area, they are perfect 1-for-1.
Will Lutz now on for the extra point. The point after splits the upright. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest.
Raiders nothing. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Second drive coming up for the Las Vegas offense. Still in search of their first points as we work our way through the middle of this game. The score 7-0. All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. First give of the game here to Raheem Mostert. And there's the stop, but he's got 9 yards on first down.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure nice little run to set the table.
10 yards on the pickup.
After a quality effort on the last play, just really need to fall forward here to pick up that first down. This is Gibbs on second down. And he has it right near midfield here. It's about a yard short. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. First and 10.
There we go, sit on. Get ready to sit on. We're good.
Again, it's Gibbs. And this goes across midfield and into Broncos territory. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
It's Mostert on second down. And that plunge is going to garner a couple of yards. Alex Singleton makes the tackle.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Third down run by Gibbs. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense that just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
A little outside their comfort zone to try a field goal, so instead they're going for this on fourth down. They'll throw for it. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
Yeah, I don't care that they didn't get it. Still the right call in that situation. It's a little too long for a field goal, and a punt really nets you very few yards. The decision-making was sound. It was the execution that let them down.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. Chased out to his right. He can run it. And he gets in the first partner, but they are already acting like this one's not going to stand. Let's listen. The game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Cortland Sutton, the man he was after. And that makes it 2nd and long.
Kate, it just kind of feels like they've met their match with this defense. So many plays, well, they just not ended the way they were drawn up. Fortunately, well, their defense is doing the same. You really feel like which offense can get into rhythm is going to find a way to win this game.
From the shotgun, McCarthy finds him over the middle. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s. Versus man on the drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you could find a completion just like that.
Quite a defensive battle, Brock, that we have got so far as we've reached our 2-minute warning. Broncos on top here at Mile High. Third down, line to gain 9 yards out.
Let's go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Third and long, they're going to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. That's the first down, and he's still going. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. And they'll come up on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Now an inside handoff to Dobbins. All the way, touchdown Denver! The Broncos grow their lead just before halftime. J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown.
You know what a run like that does? for everybody, for the play call, for the O-linemen, for the offense. It just gives you confidence that you can call that run again and not expect a little chunk. They'll get explosive on the ground as well.
Extra point try now from Lutz. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Broncos double their lead to 14.
Raiders nothing.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Has this at the 6. Making some progress here. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. They haven't been able to get that offense going just yet, Brock. The deficit at 14. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Smith. Finds his man. It's Kraft. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. Rolling into enemy territory. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
From the pistol, it's Gibbs. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the 1st.
And on Las Vegas, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Smith. Complete over the middle. And they're going to be working from the red zone as he reaches the 16. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
1st down, Smith to throw. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders get their 1st points of this game just before halftime. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Raiders 7. Daniel Carlson.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Marvin Mims now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Broncos are getting the ball back as J.K. Dobbins runs out there. They're up by 7. Let's see if they choose to rest on that and just go into the locker room. They've got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime. Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first.
Brings up second.
They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
34-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Looking for a pass on second and short. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Cling to that lead and find a way to convert this third down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Going for the first with Dobbins. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Just before halftime, we get a timeout ticket. This is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. He'll throw it. Look at that power, deep left side. Forces one through double coverage. Oh, it's intercepted. And the Raiders watch as the return goes out of bounds, bringing us to the end of our first half.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hanson and our great crew here in the Orlando studios set for an abridged version of the halftime report. This game, to this point, a little slow to begin with, but in the second quarter, the offenses started finding their way. We hope we're set for a great second half, so let's get back out to the stadium and rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Huard.
Thanks for that update, Scotch. Welcome back, everyone, for the third quarter. Got a 1-touchdown game here as we get you back down to the field.
Daniel Carlson.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. On the return, here's Mims. Decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Broncos start getting the ball back as J.K. Dobbins runs out there. And they take the field in good but not great shape, Brock. They've got that lead, but no doubt they'd love to see it grow.
Yeah, and just having the lead does take some pressure off. It doesn't change the sense of urgency. It's always on tilt in the NFL, but it should allow them to operate a little more freely.
The give to Dobbins to start the third. And he has it right near midfield here. It's like about a yard short. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for a Broncos first down.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
One play in, and they are already close to midfield.
Here we go. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Finds him on the crossing route. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
These QBs make it look easy, but that requires such a large amount of body control when you throw it on the move. You got to be able to get the same accuracy you would if your feet are set. Sure takes a lot of repetition to make it look easy.
On play action now, McCarthy escapes the pocket. Now here he goes. And on first down, only gets about a yard here. And the defender there to force him out.
Well, that's an excellent job by the defense. All eyes on the quarterback. When you're playing a quarterback that can escape, well, even though you cover, you still got to cover down and go chase that QB out of bounds before he could get the first down.
19, try
Dobbins trying the right side. He's got it in the red zone. And he's going to take this down to the 11-yard line. Well, this certainly has been a memorable contest for him. His coaches, man, they're going to take this kind of output every single game.
This goes a little beyond the expectations they have for him, maybe even for himself. What impresses me so much, Kate, the guy just doesn't tire, getting stronger, literally, as this game's going on.
Come on, set! 70 Lions! Ready?
First down, and they go right back to it. Solid gain on that play drop. That's 5 yards. It's going to be second down.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second.
Cougar 19!
Off play action. It's McCarthy. Flushed out of them. And they're going to score a touchdown, Denver. The Broncos grow the lead coming out of halftime. J.J. McCarthy, the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, okay? You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Set to kick this away. Here's a return from the 7. You're going to bring him down as he gets it to the 33. Time for the Raiders offense to hit the field. Their work really cut out for him now, partner, to follow up that touchdown and get things back to a one-score game. First down now, ball at the 33. From the gun, Smith. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that'll bring up second down. They'll go right side with Gibbs. The stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
That's good for Las Vegas.
Having been in enough locker rooms at halftime, Kate, I know what the messaging was in there. Start the game out by sending a message. Doesn't matter you're trailing, run right at them and go make a point.
Smith on first down. Going all the way to the end zone here. And it is knocked away. A shot to the end zone, answered there by a strong defensive effort. Second down. To the air, it's Smith. Finds a man, right side. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Vegas first down.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
Shotgun handoff, on the turf, the ball's out, he lost it! And the Broncos corral it! And that right there is going to be the spot they take over as they pick up a couple extra yards on the fumble return.
You know, this just can't happen on first down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is a premium on every down, every distance. But on first down, it is especially a killer.
Denver set to take the field on offense. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover.
Is under review.
All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground while the defense is hoping it didn't.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Take that fumble away. The officials overturn the call and say he was down. After a fortuitous recovery, this will be second down. Smith to the air now. That's incomplete on second down.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. They'll air it out on third. Complete beyond the marker. This is going to take him into the red zone. He's down at the 16-yard line. They got 21 yards on the play. And the Raiders are going to have a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Offense is set. First and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
From the red zone now. Buys time, rolling right. And that was just a little bit too low to be brought in.
I'm not going to be surprised at all, Kate, if we see more of this. Just trying to find some answer, extend plays, be creative, try different things, because nothing really consistently has gone well for him today.
After the incomplete pass, here comes second and 10.
Ready? You ready to get set up? We're good.
Smith yet again. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, Vegas. The Raiders start the second half with some needed points. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, you can't do that. Got to avoid hitting the kicker. And because of that, the kickoff will be coming from midfield.
To kick off for Las Vegas.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And that kick goes out of bounds. They're going to get great field position out of this.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Well, no real answers for that one. I can't imagine you would do that intentionally for any reason, can you? Yeah, no, but some excellent field position awarded for that kick out of bounds. First carry here for Jordan James. This drive's going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground, you could throw beyond the sticks, really create some indecision now defensively.
First down run, nabs him 5, now second and 5.
Set up. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. go.
Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a third down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the third quarter. It's the Broncos with the ball trying to close out what would currently be a win. First down from the 42.
Ready? 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Running it again with Dobbins. Quick adjustment defensively to stop him this time, so no gain on first down.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Set. Cowboy 80.
Play action, McCarthy. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
McCarthy throwing on third down. Completed over the middle. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, then you can make a play in the open field. Keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Look at them. They don't want to surrender the lead or possession. The offense staying out there on fourth.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Check go.
He snapped it to McCarthy. And he had it for a second, but unable to hang on. And the possession literally slips through their fingers as they turn it over on downs. And that play doesn't get it done. We've got a turnover on downs. The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Football's on the 48. Here we go. First down.
Here we go, here we go. Here we go, sit. Here we go, sit up.
Off the gut they go with Gibbs. Racing down the left side. And he will haul it in for the Vegas touchdown. The Raiders now trailed by just a point in the fourth. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown.
And that right there is why you continue to feed a running back. Definitely the most we've seen him do with any touch this game, and that is exactly what the doctor ordered.
So a chance to tie it up again here in the fourth. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the fourth. After tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. On the return, here's Mims. He's stopped on the run back of the 27. The Broncos running their offense out once again. They're headed out there after just watching their lead disappear, but going off of that, an opportunity does exist now for an immediate answer.
And I'm going to say the quiet thing out loud here, Kate. There is a part of this offensive group that just loves this opportunity. They get the chance right now to answer, and not just that, but possibly come up with a game-winning drive.
Beginning on the ground here with Dobbins. Very small gain, if anything here, maybe a yard. It's second down.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, shot. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. This is Sutton working the right side. And he gets this one off to the 40-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it's going to be first down, Denver. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and two guys can't stop one.
A give to Dobbins out of the shotgun. And they're approaching midfield with that gain of 6. He's up to the 46. Well, we've talked about this before, Brock. The thinking's simple but effective. We'll stop getting it to this guy when you find a way to stop him, and they have yet to do that today.
You know, there's just certain things up in this booth that I love. I think you could feel it emanating from me. And one of them is when you impose your will, and you don't back away from it. If they can't stop it, run it right at them.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Go.
Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. The throw finds Evan Ingram. And he's going to take this down to the 31 before he gets taken down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Ready, set. 70 Timberwolves. Hot, hot.
Straight ahead, here's Dobbins. And he's going to have this one down to the 20. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
It was University of Wisconsin, Kate. The first time I heard this term, slow to explode through. And think how good that Badgers run game has been at the college level. Well, they made runs like that look easy. Slow to explode through.
Ready up.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Set up. 60 Eagle, 60 Eagle.
Again, they'll run with Dobbins. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be second down. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
The only thing I can say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Ready. Cougar 19. Ready
with the offense dialed up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be third down.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10.
Tag. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Now to throw. Forced out to his right. Cut at the 10-yard line. He makes the catch, but is hit before he can get that first down. They say he's maybe a yard short. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. And they're still going to have one left at their disposal. Need to keep this drive going. Here's 4th and inches.
Here we go. 70 Lion.
Throwing now. That one finds his man, Ingram. And they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to set this offense up with a 1st and goal. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. They're all set up for the game winner. Let's see how they approach it, starting with this 1st and goal.
Ready. Bronco 80. Ready.
James. And he breaks the tie. That's your win in this game. Brock, touchdown. Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minutes.
Incredible execution. The moment.
Pressure off left, and it's blocked. The Raiders pick it up. And that's going to be close to an outright disaster, Brock, as he winds up losing a ton of yards on the play.
They let them break the tie, but blocking that extra point could become pivotal. A huge moment in this game down the stretch. Stays a 6-point game. So if they can find that end zone, and their offense knows it, their kick could give them the lead and may even be the deciding point.
And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. New set of downs for him from the 31. Denver calls the 2nd of its 3 timeouts. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal. New set of downs for him from the 31. He'll look to throw it. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. This is caught inside the 15. And this is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal. So a timeout's taken, just 5 seconds left. And after the pause, we're going to see our last play of the game. First and goal. They've got 4 chances to tie this one up. Here he is to throw. Into the end zone, and someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that makes it 2nd and goal.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and leave teams from...
And he ties it! He ties it, Brock! No time left, and they reach the end zone. They can win it now here with an extra point.
Touchdown, Raiders.
I still can't believe they actually did it, Brock. One final play, and they get the tying touchdown. And now they can win it right here.
Y'all want to joke about the NFL being scripted? Well, fine. Fine, go ahead. Because it's hard to beat this kind of script. Such an incredible finish to this game. And all they need now, like you said, is that point after touchdown.
Now on for a likely game winner if he can knock this one through. It's up and it's good! What a finish we had to this game! We got a touchdown on the final play to tie, and his kick wins it! So it's a road win for the Raiders in this one. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? Or both?
All of us.
Yeah,
all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.